Okay.
Okay, so it's recording now. So hi everyone, and welcome to our Soul Tribe Huddle. Tonight we're going to be talking about, we're going to be helping you guys to make some really good goals for you for 2019. After our vision board training last year, hopefully most of you have got a vision board or something like a vision board that you can at least pop together fairly quickly, because vision boards are amazing to get you started on creating those goals. So you want to have your vision first, and having your vision up in pictures, words in front of you where you can see, is a lot easier for you to create a goal from those visions. So the vision is the big picture, and it's visualizing it too through through meditation, through action, but it's also an intention, whereas a goal is actually making those visions happen. So the first thing I'm going to ask you guys is, I just want you to write down, hopefully you've got some paper, this question. So what did you do that you said you were going to do last year? So think about 2018. What is it that you did? And it'll be maybe more than one thing. It might be quite a few things. Think about what is it that you did do that you said you were going to do last year. Hi, Priska. Hi, honey. We're just writing down. Have you got some paper? Hi, Priska. We're just writing down, what did you do 2018 that you said you were going to do last year? So if you want to do that, it might be more than one thing. In fact, hopefully it is more than one thing. So think about from the beginning of the year, if you had some goals then and you decided this is what you were going to do for 2018, what did you do out of those? You got married, yeah. We said we were going to do that, eh, babe? Yeah, I wrote lots down actually on this one. It's quite cool. I need some music right now, don't I? You got some music to write to. So how are you going? Have you got a bit of a list there?
Yes.
Yay, that's great to hear. So now, but yeah, Tammy, I can see you're finished. So think about, what is it that you didn't do? What are some things you said you were going to do and you didn't do them? It doesn't matter why, because there might be a myriad of reasons, but just write those down too. I hope your list is smaller for that one.
It's actually hard.
It's really hard, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, because you want to think of everything, because you want to think of the areas. So you've got your spiritual or your self-growth, your health, your finances, your career or business, your contribution, your relationships, your recreational areas. So there's lots of kind of areas to think about.
I keep adding to the did do list instead of the didn't do.
Well, that's good. That's positive. That's really positive. But I think that's going to be a list that you guys might want to just keep adding to. Just have a think about that tonight and just add any more to it, because you want to use some of that list to help you grow this year, but also to take some goals or some visions from that. So think about, from what you've got there, particularly the ones that you didn't do that you said you'd do, think about how you would do it differently this year to achieve things. So what is it that you think that you could have done better to achieve those things that you said you were going to and you didn't? And this one will probably be hard.
Can you repeat?
So thinking about the things that you didn't achieve, what is it that you could do differently this year so that you can achieve your goals that you say you want to? So you probably want to think about why it is that you didn't achieve them and what can you do better this year to make sure you achieve them. Because, you know, it might be that the goals that you set were too big or too unrealistic. Maybe it's just setting goals that you know that you can achieve. It might be some things that are out of your control. So there might have been, you know, some things happen in your life that made it hard for you to have time or the emotional or mental space to do it. But whatever is in your control, obviously we can't control something. Oh, really hot. Hang on, let's open the window.
What temperature have you got?
Sorry, what was that?
What temperature have you got?
What have I got?
Temperature.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm just getting a hot flush. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that warm. It's not that great. It's pretty yuck here. Okay, so sorry, it's nice there.
Carry on.
Yeah, so you guys have got all that?
Yes.
Okay, so now what I want you to look at is I want you to look at your list that you did achieve. What is it that you did that helped you make that happen? These are your strengths, ladies, and this is what you're going to use to get you your goals this year.
Tanya,
Yes.
do you have any videos, clips, or documentation on the vision board training? Or is there somewhere I can sort of go and look? Or did you record your session?
No, we didn't, because we were just making it, really. But I can help you with that. We can have our own session if you like, if you want some help. There is one that I put, where did I put it now, girls? I put it in, I might have put it in Soul Tribe chat. I will send it to you, and then if you want to know more, we can have a chat if you like.
Okay.
That's cool.
Thank you.
That's okay. Okay, so you'll try not to what, sorry?
Have too much fun with it.
Vision board creating is actually a lot of fun because you're creating a blueprint.
I know.
It's like going through a catalogue for the shopping guide catalogue or something, going, okay, this is what I want, and I want that, and I want that, and I want, and it's really exciting because you don't have to pay any money for it. You can just go, okay, universe, I want that. Thanks very much.
Please, I want
Yeah.
one of those, and one of those.
Yes, thanks very much. Okay, so now, hang on, just let me get where I'm at. So now I want what you will find is you'll find that you'll have some strengths and you'll have some weaknesses. So the strengths you want to use. So have you clearly got some strengths there that you know that you are good at, that's going to help you achieve your goals? Do you want to share some? Feel free to share.
Mine. What helped me accomplish the things I did do was that I worked hard and persevered, didn't quit, planned well, and manifested it. Chanted. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. All good strengths.
My downsides was needing, and it's interesting because it totally goes into what we're doing, needing more time in my life, more free time, needing more money, and also just contacts, meeting people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are the things that would help me to have accomplished what I didn't do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good on you for actually making time, because you've made time tonight to jump on here, Tammy. So that's already one step past that. You're learning from that already. So that's really good. If you can keep doing that, that's going to help you.
What I'm working on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
So what about anyone else? Do you want to share? Jessica, do you want to share? Sorry, Kieran, go.
No, not yet.
Okay. Anyone else?
I will.
Okay.
Patience and interest.
Your strengths?
Patience. Waiting for things to happen. Being there, holding space and just trusting.
Yeah, you're good at that. Very good at that. Hi, honey. What about your areas to improve?
The things that I didn't do, or the things that restrict me.
Yeah, the things you didn't do that stopped you from doing them.
Well, I wanted to plant veggies, but Cyclone Gita came through. I wanted to manage a whole evening of Aikido, and I just didn't train sensibly. And I wanted to do walks in the park 3 times a week and resilience exercise. And I think I have to put my long-term goals in mind for that. So that's patience with myself and not wanting to self-sabotage.
Right. Interesting. That's something we do a lot. We self-sabotage a lot. And a lot of it's to do with fear.
Yeah. What will it be like if I'm healthy and good, and what will happen?
Yeah.
And anything can happen.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of that, that fear we actually have control of, whether we think we do or not, but we do.
Yep.
We can't control it, but we can absolutely manage it. So it's like what I was saying earlier in the chat about, the best way to get past any kind of fear is just to do it. It's the only way that you can get through it, because otherwise you're always going to be paralysed. It stops you from doing anything. So awesome. What about you, Karen? Do you want to share before we go on? We might have lost her. Look, she's frozen. Look at that lovely frozen. Oh.
Ooh, I'm focusing. Okay, what would I do differently? Belief in self. Like you said, it's okay to put myself first for a change.
Yes.
Self-sabotage is a huge one for me. More planning. To plan something and just follow it. My strength, I would say that I work hard. That's fine. That's cool. And now I'm sort of more aware of my thoughts and my processes, and pausing when I think about these things.
That's good. Great. Love that. That's fantastic. So a bit of self-sabotaging there. So now what I want you to look at is, so there's going to be some areas in your life that you will want to, so think about your vision. So when you think about your vision, whether you have a vision board or not, think about the things that you would love to achieve this year. So the areas that you want to be looking at is you want to be looking at your spiritual self or self-development, so anywhere you want to grow, your health, your finances, your career or business, so like this business, contribution.
What's that one?
Contribution is giving. How do you want to give to the world? Or, how do you want to give of yourself? Relationships and recreation. So think about the things that you have on your list that you didn't do last year. Are those the things, some of those things or all of those things you want to do this year? Is that something you want to continue, or do you think that you've outgrown that and you want to create something new? Because often we do, we've grown so much that we actually don't need that anymore. That's old energy that we don't need to continue and carry on with us. So see if those are something that you do want to take with you. Otherwise, you will be looking at some new goals for yourself. Now, the important thing is that your goals are smart. So you don't want them to be unrealistic. So smart goals are, so smart means S is specific. So they've got to be specific. So you can't say something like, I want to travel all over New Zealand. You've got to say, okay, I want to travel to Dunedin, and you want to be, it has to be measurable, so it's got to be a time. So M is measurable. So there's got to be a time that you want to have it happen. So it's got to be, it's also got to be realistic. So it's got to be achievable. So A is achievable. It's got to be relevant. So R is relevant, and T is timely. So you want it to be, you want to be putting a time on it. It's like if you have a financial goal, if you decide that I want to earn this much money, you've got to actually put an amount. So you've got to have a specific amount, and you've got to say when you want to achieve that. So for me, I've got that I want to have a certain amount monthly, so on payday. So every payday I want to have this amount go into my account. Or say you want to earn this much money in the year. Whatever that looks like, you've got to have it. Or if you've got a goal, say for example, you want to travel to Asia, for example, and you want to do it this year but you haven't booked it, then you've got to put a date on it. Okay, well, I'm going to go to Asia in December this year, or by the end of December this year. Or if you've got a goal, for example, if you've got a promotion that you want to get, I want to achieve this promotion by the end of this month, whatever month it is. But for now, just write those goals down, those things that you want to achieve. They're realistic, but the other thing is when we talk about realistic, you want to make sure that you can actually achieve it. So it's not way out there. It's not like you're putting a $100,000 car on your board to achieve now, on your goal to achieve now, when you know realistically you don't have the income to be able to pay for that this year, maybe next year, maybe the year after. You want to, so it's got to be realistic, but you also want to be able to step outside of your comfort zone just a little bit so that you push yourself and it feels exciting for you. Because if it's not exciting, it's too boring and you're not going to push yourself to make it happen. So there's got to be a carrot. You've got to dangle a carrot for yourself. So how exciting would it be to be earning, $2,000 a month? right now from what you're earning now, extra on top of what you're earning now, that kind of thing. And that is doable. So it's just enough to push you. Well, that would be really exciting to earn that much more money more. You with me?
Yep.
Questions?
So it's not just things related to the biz, it's related to your whole life.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah. And you might only have one thing that you want in one area. You don't have to write down a myriad of goals. You might have more goals in one area than another. But as long as you've got at least one thing in each area, then you're balancing, see, because your life's all about balance, right?
Yep.
Are you with us, Karen, or have you dropped off again? You're frozen in midair.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, your face is frozen. Look at that frozen look again.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
That's fine.
The house is drops in and out.
So if you guys have any business goals that you want to achieve, let me know. I can help you with what would be the realistic for you.
I want to get some teaming.
You want some teamings? Well, that's realistic.
Yeah. I just can't figure out where I'm going to find them.
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you reaching out and talking to people?
Yeah.
So I would recommend that you do that at least 5 people every day.
5 people.
Yeah. If you want to find team, you've got to be reaching out to at least 5 new people every day. Posting is another one. Do you post about the business, Moni?
Yeah.
Great, great.
I try to do 3 a day.
Yeah, that's great.
One of them's business.
Yeah, that's great. So, but sadly, we can post and post and post, but people are not going, they'll see your post, but they won't necessarily reach out and ask you about the business. I've had, I think out of all my team that I've got, one of them has reached out to ask me about the business on a post, but none of the others did. And at one point I had a total of 15 team. So most of the people that out of you guys that are on here, I've reached out to and I've spoken to about it. I've invited to an event, or I've spoken to personally about it, or I've invited them to look at a link. So that's how you get team, talking to people.
Tanya, I'm gonna getting to do live interviews with you and things like that. I'm going to use them as opportunities to invite people. Who I've been already offered it to a couple of times, and they haven't really said much, but they haven't really said no. So I'm going to just say, hey, look, here's a good opportunity to learn a little bit more, or something. And so part of me wanting to do more live stuff is also opportunities to invite more of my friends to just watch it. And that's the next step for the new year, really, is to just try and do more live stuff, because I know it boosts the algorithms on Facebook and things like that too. And I know that when I see my friends on lives, I'm like, oh, I might just have a look. Why not? When I can, just even to see them. So yeah,
that's really good. People love watching lives.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great, Tammy. Yeah, well, that is an absolute good opportunity to invite them even to watch the live tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because we'll be talking about your story, and I'll be inviting them to ask you questions as well. So
and because it's specific, I'm not inviting them to watch somebody else who they don't know. I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you'll be tagged in it, so they'll see it. So all your friends will see it.
Good, cool.
Yeah, and so that's another thing that I do as well. So I do a live on my page once a week. And so the more lives that you do on the page, the more your Facebook friends actually see what you're doing. So they're seeing your normal posts as well, because like Tammy just said before, it increases your Facebook algorithm. So Facebook are going to go, well, we really like it when people are doing live videos. So that means that they're going to show your friends more of what you're doing.
I've got a
lives. I've had so many people like and comment on my posts and stuff that they'd not normally like or comment on. So yeah, it does work. Sorry, Tam.
No, that's all right. I've got a Facebook page which is like about healthy stuff, and I don't post on there very often. In the past, it was sort of like once or twice a week or something. And I really noticed. I had a look at the insights on a post that I posted a few days ago, because I mostly work on my own personal page, not my health page was just a hobby. Until now, I've started to try and amp it up a little bit. But I noticed I posted something, and when I checked the insights and what had actually happened over the space of well over 24 hours, absolutely no one had seen it at all. And that's because not posting often enough. Even on that page, I thought pages might be different. They're all the same. Everything's the same. You got to keep going.
No, pages are actually worse now. So Facebook
because they want you to pay.
Yeah, but Facebook don't want you to be posting on business pages. So unless you pay for your ads, they do. They want you to pay for your ads. So they want people to be using their personal pages. So that's why we always recommend you can have a business page, but not many people are going to see it. You're better off using a warm market and using your own personal page. Yeah.
Yep. So now I do multi all of them. So I'll catch people, because on my healthy page, there's people that aren't on my personal page, you know, for various reasons. So that's I still try and stick as much on the personal page as I can.
Yeah.
Just having the other pages means, oh, maybe, but then I realize, no, not unless you pay them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're really good at that.
Yeah.
So anyone else got any questions? I mean, that's a really good goal, Moni. So I would be looking at how many team do you want to have every month? So how many new team do you want to get every month? What would be realistic for you? 1 team a month would be good. So I'd put that down as a goal.
Yeah. The thing I'm thinking is that I have this idea of people who I'd like to ask, but they're both in really negative spaces. And it's like I don't want to enable them. I want to support them.
That's a really good statement. I'll tell you a little story about that. So I believe that people have to be ready. And you can invite them, but if they're not ready, they're not going to say yes. In fact, they probably won't say no either. They'll just sit there and they'll be a fence sitter. I have a lot of people that I have, like when I first started, when you first start, you're kind of in a little bit of a desperate space where you think, oh, I've got to get team, I've got to get team, I've got to get team. And so you've got to actually step out of that desperate space and just go, well, who can I help? Who can I help today? And what you'll do is when you're in that desperate space, you often find people that are more negative and more needy. But they won't jump on, they will sit there forever and they won't actually take it on, because there's always going to be a reason why they can't do it. They can't afford it, they don't have the time, they don't know anybody, it doesn't matter how many times you ask them, they're not going to jump on. So even if you ask them, they're still got to be ready for it, Moni. So, and something that Simon Chan always said I've taken from him, is he said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person and the right thing to the wrong person. So at the end of the day, if they're not ready, they're not going to, doesn't matter what you say to them.
You can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
And the right thing to the wrong person. Something else though too, Moni, is that you might find that they might be interested in the product, because often the product can help people. It can really help improve their mood and their motivation as well. So even if they don't jump on as team, they might be interested in the product. But again, you've just got to offer it to them, and if they say no, well then they say no. you know, it's another, for you, it's a, okay, now it's the next, I'm closer to a yes, you know?
Yep. And don't take it personally.
That's right. Definitely don't take it personally. It's the last thing you can do. It's their choice. You know, and I mean, I've been talking to Kieran. I've been talking to you about it for a wee while, haven't I, honey? We'd had the odd conversation about it, and it took a time for you to be ready for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot quicker than normal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's the thing. I mean, I can, you know, I suggested it to her a long time ago, and she, you know, we left it, and then she ended up being a customer, and then, you know, we talked about that when you first started as customer, right? And then we left it, and then she came back to it. So, you know, it does take time, and often that you know, that anxiousness or that negativity in people, it can change, especially if you are adding value to their life and you're supporting them in their life. Often they can come to you and they can go, well, I really want to be on your team. I really enjoy what you're doing, and they want to follow you.
Yeah.
So just be that role model.
I think doing the shred and taking the supplements was the best thing for me. Because it showed me what the product's all about, and obviously Tanya's, you know, the key player and integral part, but it made a difference, because seeing the result, you're actually living it, doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I know that's what I mean before when I said, Lonnie, about, you know, often it helps mood and motivation, so that could help. But yeah, at the end of the day, again, you have the choice to choose whoever you want on your team. So, you know, if there is someone that you don't want and you think, no, I really don't want them, then don't ask them. So if you really do have someone that you're going, oh no, I don't want them, just don't ask them on it, you know, like go to the next one, because you do have a choice. Yeah.
What if they want to join?
Well, I've got one like that at the moment, and you know, I get the conversation, oh, I've got to join up, so you've got to join your team, and I'm like, yeah, and I just don't agree. I just talk about something else. I don't want him on my team at all. But the thing is, you can't say no to someone, so I don't ever say no. I just change the subject, and I'm just like, okay, angels, please just steer him away.
Someone else.
Yeah, someone else grab him, or that he chooses something else to do. Or, you know, the thing is, he's not teachable at all, not one iota. And I've had a teachable teamie, and I'm not interested in going there again. So, you know, there's no way he's going to change. That's just the person that he is. And so if you know that fundamentally they're that person and they're not really going to change, it's different if it's just a bit of anxiety or fear, because people can get past that. But if it's something about their personality that you know is not going to change, then just don't go there and just avoid the subject. Have you got one like that, Moni?
No, it's following on, because it's just following on that there's people that you don't want and you do want.
Yeah.
Maxine's getting me to think about it the other day, what my ideal team is like.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the people I had in prospect.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I think it would be good for them. But I don't know how I could handle dealing with their negative shit. So,
sorry.
So she made me think about what my ideal team is. So I've been working on that idea.
Yeah, focus on what you do want, not what you don't want.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing to put on your goals, actually, girls. So when you know that you want team, when you know how many team you want to bring on every month, think about what kind of attributes that team has. So, you know, do you want them to be compassionate? Do you want them to be teachable? Do you want them to be vibrant, driven? Do you want them to be, whatever, dedicated? whatever feels right to you, and often these are, you know, in alignment with your own values, then write that down. That can be part of your goals. I want a team that has these attributes, and it will work.
My husband thinks that the whole network marketing thing's a brilliant idea and he could get really rich off it. But I know that he doesn't actually have the ability to run a small business without me doing a lot of the work. So I'm not encouraging him.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so funny when you can see that.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm like, nice idea, huh? Changing the subject.
Well, he might grow with you, Tam. So you might find that later on down the track, he might.
Yeah.
He'll be watching you and go, "Wow, actually, this is work. Yeah, I could do this."
Yeah. Trainable. Yeah. Are they trainable?
That's right. Because if they're not teachable, they're not going to be successful. They've got to be willing to follow the system that already works from what everyone else has done.
And I must say, taking the product really helps because he's become quicker and he's solving problems, and you know, potentially I can see could run a business more. The more product he's taking, the more capable he's becoming. For sure.
Yeah.
There is that too. Yeah, it does help.
It does.
And then I said to him the other day, "Oh, look, these Amigas are really good. Why don't you take these as well?" And he said, "Oh, look, aren't I spending enough already?" And I counted it up and I went, aren't you still smoking cigarettes?
Oh, you're so good.
I said, you spend more money on killing yourself than making yourself better.
That is perfect, Tam. Yes.
Yeah.
How did he react?
How did he take? Yeah, that's what I want to know too. How did he
That's
take
when
it?
we both went, and walked away, and then came back and smiled at each other later.
I've just got the Amigas for Pete for the first time. I've just ordered them for him.
They're really good.
Because he gets a bit of pain in his, because he doesn't have any knee pain anymore since he's been on the premiums. He used to get knee pain. He doesn't get that anymore, but he's got an old injury and is from a broken leg, and he still gets a bit of tightness in there, so I thought that might help.
Yeah. Mine's almost all gone. It's just, I can't, if I have sweet things, then it flares up.
Yeah,
I know when I've been bad. Yeah.
Sugar. So do you guys have any more questions around your goals, particularly your business ones, that you want me to help you with while I'm here? You should have a nice little list of goals there. Feel free to share if you want to share.
I have to think about mine a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think one thing I've really going to work hard on is learning to duplicate off you guys, because I really want to help my one franchisee at the moment, but the more that I have, I've realized how hard it is already just to support one person, and I want to get better at it, and I want it to become kind of instinct, like I see you guys on lives and you know your stories off by heart or whatever. If you do popcorn or whatever, you know it, you know. And that's a sort of a position that I want to get to, is to be able to just jump on these calls or whatever and be able to, you know, initiate a call with my franchisee or whatever and be able to actually help her and explain things, you know. Like, I don't understand the payment system really at all. It's all just like Japanese to me, the bonus systems and everything. I'm just kind of winging it, and I need to really understand these, and it's about repetition for me. I've had it explained. It needs to just be, for me, I need to keep going over it until I get it, and sometimes it's walking through it as well and having it happen physically. I'll see and I'll get it. But so at the moment, a big one for me is getting to a point where I can help my franchisees make that income as well, and and that they're not in fear that, you know, are we doing okay here? You know. Because at the moment she's implicitly trusts us. She loves the group. She loves everything about it, and I just want to see her win as well. So did Sims explained all the promotions and everything up to SDVF to you? You understand how many days and the bonus? Because there is a really good resource in your VO for that gives you all your promotions, what you need for everything.
When you first look at it, you'll go, oh my God, that's just too much, because there's a lot of detail in it. And really, for the moment, all you really want to know is you want to know how to get to DVF and SDVF. Because something I'll tell you, ladies, about, so when you start in the business, what you want to do is, yes, you want customers, but you want to bring in team, because team is where your residual income is. Customers are your bread and butter. So if you didn't have customers, we wouldn't have a business. But they're not going to give you the residual income. Residual income is your team. So what you want to do is you want to bring on team and you want to get them to DVF. That is pretty much what you do in this business. You get customers and you bring on team and get them to SDVF. Because once they're at SDVF, they can qualify themselves, and that's when they can get their own residual income starting to happen, because they're not far away from it. So you want to know how, you want to bring on team and you want to know how to help them get to DVF, and SDVF is your biggest, that's really your focal point. Because DVF is easy, that's just first 3 orders, that's easy enough to do, but you want to get them to SDVF.
You've got to do it within a certain time frame though too, don't you, or something?
You don't have to, but if you want to get the bonuses and you want to make it easier for yourself, then you need to get it within 60 days SDVF of starting.
So you get the bonuses if you get it within a certain time frame, otherwise you just get the residual interest increases. So
what happens is, when you get, so I'm just going to write this down for you, hopefully you guys can see it on here. So what you want is, when you first start, you want to get to DVF, and that is basically, so that's you. You want to get at least 3 orders, and that is 1,000 points. Can you read that? You can't really see that, no. I need to get the whiteboard.
No, but I'm hearing you. I'm understanding.
Here you know.
Okay, so you guys aren't a visual. You don't need something visual for me to write down, because I can get my whiteboard.
I'm writing it down here too.
Are you? Okay. Are you okay, Moni? Do you want me to write it
down? I've got it.
You've got it. Yeah, and then so what you want, so in the first 10 days for DVF, if you get it within the first 10 days, you get a $100 bonus. So if you get those 3 customers to 1,000 points in your first 10 days, you get a $100 bonus. Then if it takes you longer, you've got 30 days to get to DVF. You don't get a bonus, but you still got 1,000 points. So you've got a whole month to get 3 orders. It's quite simple to do, really. And then, of course, the next step is SDVF. So you have 40 days to get SDVF from the day you start, and that will give you a $400 bonus. And all you need for that is you need 4,000 points and a teamie. And what that means is, if you have 1 teamie, you've already got your 3 orders. And if you bring on 1 teamie and you get them to DVF, you've already got 2,000 points. So the best way of doing it is bringing on another 2, God, my pen's running out, another 2 teams, each to get them to DVF. You're at SDVF already. And that's just with 3 teams and your own 3 orders. Or you can do it the hard way, and that is getting 1 team, and then between you getting lots of orders that equal up to 4,000 points. Then you've got, if you miss your first 40 days, you've got another 20 days, so you've got till 60 days. And if you get there, again, it's only 4,000 points is all you need. You get a $200 bonus.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, but if you go over your 30 days and you're still not at DVF, your points go up to 4,000 points. So that means it's going to take you longer to get to DVF. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I think I'm still at that point. Possibly.
Honey, you're still at DVF, yeah, but I'm not. I did give. I did give Sun your dates. I do have them written down, but they're downstairs.
I think I might still be able to achieve the 60-day one at this point. That's about my last option.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's actually given me some hope because I didn't even know about that, and I think I've just missed the 40 days.
Yeah.
So I know that in the next 20 days I've actually got a couple of people up my sleeve. So that's actually
good.
comforting.
Yeah, that's good because I do think you've just missed your 40 days too. But then if you go over your 60 days for SDVF, that means that you go into 8, so it changes to 8,000 points. So again, it goes up. And it doesn't mean you can't do it, but it just takes you longer to do it. And it means you really need to bring on a team to help you get it, because any team that you bring on under you is going to help you. So all of their orders is going to help you get your promotion. So helping each other. You're helping them to get paid and get their promotion, and they're helping you with what they do as well. So you with me, Kieran?
Yeah, it's scary.
Well,
once you've got to your SDVF, do you have to keep? If say you've gone to the 8,000, you've got to get to the 8,000 to get to the SDVF. Worst case scenario, do you have to accomplish the 8,000 every month to stay at that level?
No, honey, you don't. That's what's so beautiful about this business.
That's good. That was something I wasn't sure about. Thank you.
So one of my team, the lovely Loach, she, when you know her story, how she jumped in and she smashed all her bonuses and got herself qualified within the first couple of months, and qualified herself about 2 or 3 months in a row, and then she fell off. She didn't lose her promotion. She's still SDVF and she still gets paid at SDVF even though she lost all her customers. So you will never lose your promotion unless you don't renew your franchisee fee at the end of every year. That's the only time that you'll lose it. You'll always keep your promotion and you'll always be paid at the same rate as that promotion. Cool, eh?
Yeah.
So just remember, even if you think, oh my God, I've passed my 60 days and I'm still not at SDVF, it's not a loss. You've still got a chance because you're still going to get paid. You're never not going to get paid. And it just means that it's a bit, you're going to just kind of go a little bit slower. You have to work a bit harder, that's all. But you've still got a chance. And I mean, there's, one of one of Maxine's girls, has always been focused on customers. She's not really into getting team because customers were her thing. Well, she's been in the business now for a long time and she's just got to SDVF just through customers. So it's totally doable. You can do it on your own if you want, but if you want the residual income, you really need to have a team.
What does it mean re-qualifying? Like if they qualify every month or whatever, does that mean that they hit their points target again and again? Or?
Qualifying it, qualifying means that you just qualify. So that would just mean that you're qualifying every month. And qualification is something, it's a whole lot different, and you don't really need to know it until you're at SDVF because it can be a little bit confusing.
Yeah, sweet.
But just know that it's not hard to get once you've got to SDVF, especially if you've got team. So Sin will get that this month quite easily, I'm sure. And then what happens with that is when you qualify 2 months in a row, your first 2 months, you actually get a $200 bonus. So with every level you get at, there's a bonus, which is very cool. There's an opportunity to get a bonus as well. Yeah. So tell me, Kieran, what's scary, honey?
Oh, the customer side, it's getting team members.
Yeah. So that's scary. What's scary for you?
Oh, just being able to use my language skills. Or that's something I'll have to work on, that comfortability, I guess. And
that comes.
Oh, everything's possible. It's just more challenging.
Yeah.
It helps if it's a good friend. For starters, it helps for me anyway. Yeah.
Oh, some of mine are a bit hardcore. I'm in section where they're a bit negative Nellies, which is a, you know, I'm positive, yeah, and it's all about how I couch it with them, I think.
Yeah, and maybe we need to get you some new friends.
That's what we need to do, yes. Why do you think I'm in this little group?
Right, that's a good goal. Get some new positive friends who want to join you. That's a great goal. So what I want you to do from your goals is I want you to think about what you need to do to make them happen over the next month. So be practical. And this is something that you might need to do on your own, but look at them at each goal and say, what do I need to do for the next month, for the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? And these are like what we call milestones. So it's making it actually realistic so that you can action it. Because having a goal is only a goal if it's not a goal if you're not actually doing the work to make it happen. Then it's only a vision. And this might take a little bit, that's why I was asking you about, you know, what kind of business goals you've got, because I can help you with that, how do you get there. So if you've got promotional goals, I can help you with what you need to set in place to make that happen.
Hey, going to convention would be a good one.
Oh, yes, in Melbourne.
Us to do a trip together somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, see all that. I don't know. Don't know if that's this year, but. Yeah.
Conference is totally, I mean, like for me, conference is non-negotiable. I go every single year, and I'm going to Australian and New Zealand conferences because I get so much value from them. Not only is it a time to hang out with a whole lot of like-minded people, but you learn so much about yourself. It helps motivate and inspire you. You come back with a whole lot of new strategies. So I definitely recommend you get to conference. And Melbourne will be amazing because you get to meet all the upline. Katrina, Adam and Kira, Linda.
Nice.
Yeah.
When is that?
So that's in June. Babe, have you got the dates of conference? You've got it in your thing, eh? Hey? Have you got the dates for conference in your phone? Is it the 13th, June? 12th, 13th? Oh, so it's 14th, 15th. Yeah, I think it's the 14th, 15th of June.
You know, all of this is making me realise that one thing that I need to put on my list. I've never been much of a diary keeper.
Yeah.
Since I got a smartphone, I just put everything in my notes. That's it. But lately, it's become more and more apparent that I'm not able to keep track as well, and so I'm actually going to go out and just invest in a really nice diary that I enjoy writing in. Yeah. And then I can put all those notes and everything somewhere safe.
That's one of my things this year, Tam, because I've got a diary that I never use. So that's one of my things, that I actually get a diary and use it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I stopped buying them, because I used to buy them every year and I'd maybe fill a quarter of it, and then by the end of the year I'm like, I'm throwing out this empty book.
I know, I'm the same.
Yeah. So get it and use it. That's
that's right. Get it and use it. So that's something that you could put on your, that's something I've got on my vision board as conference, Melbourne and New Zealand conference. So, and game plans too. That's the other thing I do, is game plan is always in the Gold Coast in October, and in New Zealand in November in Auckland.
Okay, November in Auckland.
And
what was the Gold Coast was when?
Gold Coast is in October.
Okay.
Conference is the best one to go to, but game plan is really good too, because they always have lots of really awesome speakers. Like last year they had Fraser Brooks.
Is this different? This is game plan, not the conference. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So they have conference in mid-year, so usually in June, and then they usually have game plan 3 months later, and that's like to follow conference, to make so that to make you accountable for what you said you were going to do from conference. So it's to find out where you're at and give you more motivation to get to through the rest of the year.
Okay.
That's the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
And where's Gage Channel? Sorry, I missed that.
That's usually at that's in the Gold Coast.
Okay.
So if you can make it happen, girls, make it happen. Because I'm going. So Maxine and I are already got our tickets to conference. So we're definitely going. And this competition that I've been doing in Team Love, I'm winning conference tickets, and I will be putting an incentive up for someone to win them. Someone from this team.
Awesome.
That's the whole idea of it, because I've already got my ticket, but I want to get it for one of you guys. And you'll all be up to have a go to get it.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to do this year is just get more involved in some of the challenges and things that you guys have got going online, because that's something. Sorry, I lost my phone. That's something that I haven't really got onto yet, and I feel like it looks like fun, and it also looks like a good way to create that momentum and new posts, and we're getting given tasks, so we don't really have to think of what we need to do. It's there for us.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. I think that's something that big chunk that I'm missing at the moment that I'd love to tap into.
Yeah. It's good for your demo. Excellent for your demo. That's for sure. Is there anything else you ladies want help with before I end this meeting?
This is going to sound really simple.
It's okay.
To get 5 new people to talk to a day, you mean that I go onto different sites and engage and make friends with someone? That's what you mean by?
There is 2 different ways you can do this, and I do both. So what I do is I talk to 5 different people, and so I want to add as many friends as possible. So as part of my DMO that I do every morning, Simon Chan's DMO at 8:30 on my Zoom, is what I'm doing is I'm going into groups, I'm commenting and loving on a post, and when I comment something about it, and then I'll ask them a question, and then I will make friends from that. Often I will make friends from that, and then I will send them a personal message, and I'll connect with them, and I'll just say, hey, it's lovely to connect with you. I really enjoyed your post because of this, or I've made friends from people who have wanted some help with spiritual stuff, or if I've wanted help with something, like I've liked something that they've done, and I've wanted, or somewhere they've gone, for example, if they've travelled somewhere I want to go to, I'm like, I want to know more about this place, tell me more about it. I'll connect and messenger over that and add them as a friend.
Okay.
That's part of what I do in my DMO, but extra on top of that is what I go to. So I go through all my friends on Messenger, and I will start a conversation with a friend that I haven't had a conversation with for a long time. And it can be just something that's relatable, like, I don't know, it could be an old friend. For example, birthday posts. I always wish someone a happy birthday in Messenger. And I'll say, well, how are you? It's been ages. Well, last time I saw you, you were having your child's party or something. How old is he now? Or, just something that's relatable. Or if you've seen something on their post, if they've posted something and you've really connected with it, or, you've seen some nice family photos, go into Messenger and say, I've just seen your photos, beautiful photos. Wow, your kids have grown up. How old are they now? So anything that's relatable. So find a reason to start a conversation with someone, and I do that to 5 people every day on top of making new friends.
So the thing I have is that I don't remember things very well. My brain's coming back, but it's coming back slowly, so I couldn't keep track of all the information.
You write it down, honey. Write it down in a book. So write down everyone you've spoken to.
Okay.
Seriously, do you know Kat would have talked about using the grid? You've heard Kat talk about using the grid?
Yeah.
And Maxine's probably talked to you about it too, because I know that Maxine and I have had a conversation around the grid, and neither of us use the grid anymore because we find it too small. So we use a book. We put everything into a book, and we write, and we can write anything we want about the conversation that we had with that person. We can write a little bit about them so that we know who they are and what we've talked about.
Oh, cool.
So it's a good way of keeping track of who you've talked to. Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? No?
No.
Everyone happy? Yay.
Yeah.
Stop recording now.